Welcome to Le Podcast de Philippe. And today we're going to be taking a deep dive into something pretty fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
It's a new type of urban wind turbine that's really turning heads, and it's called the Birmingham Blade.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are talking about this because it's so different from the traditional windmills we're used to seeing.
Right, and we're going to unpack what makes it so unique, how it uses AI and evolution in its design, and why experts are saying it could really change the way cities approach renewable energy. But first, if you're enjoying the show, please help us hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We really appreciate all your support.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's dive into the world of the Birmingham Blade.
Okay, so one of the biggest things about the Birmingham Blade is that it's designed to work in cities.
Right, because traditional wind turbines, they're really made for those open spaces with strong, consistent winds.
Exactly, and cities are a whole different ballgame. You've got all these buildings creating turbulence, and that's a big challenge for wind power.
So how does the Birmingham Blade deal with that? I mean, it's got to be pretty different from those giant turbines we see out in the field.
Oh, yeah, it's totally different. For starters, it's way more compact, and it's designed to capture energy from those turbulent, low-speed winds you find in cities. It can even generate power effectively in wind speeds as low as 3.6 meters per second.
Wow, 3.6 meters per second. That's like barely a breeze. How does it get enough energy from that?
Well, it's all about the design. The curved blades rotate around a central axis, and they're specifically shaped to capture energy from those chaotic wind patterns.
So it's not just about looking cool. It's really form-following function.
Exactly.
Right.
And speaking of cool, did you know that they used AI to design it?
I did hear something about that.
Yeah.
How does AI even design a wind turbine?
So researchers at the University of Birmingham, they basically used AI to test out like over 2,000 different blade designs. Yeah, and they simulated how each design would perform in different urban wind conditions. So the AI went through this sort of evolutionary process, picking the best designs and then kind of combining them to create even better ones.
It's like survival of the fittest for wind turbine designs.
That's a great way to put it. And you know what? The results are incredible. This whole process led to a turbine that's up to 7 times more efficient than traditional turbines in similar urban environments.
7 times more efficient. That's insane. What kind of impact could that have?
I mean, just imagine cities with these turbines on all the rooftops. We could be talking about huge savings in energy costs, a major reduction in reliance on fossil fuels, and a significant drop in carbon emissions.
So this could really be a game changer for urban sustainability.
Absolutely. It has the potential to completely transform the way cities generate and consume energy.
It sounds like we're on the verge of a whole new era, but I understand that the Birmingham Blade is still being tested, right?
Yeah, that's right. They've got a prototype up and running in Birmingham right now. It's a 6-month trial to see how it performs in the real world.
So they're really putting it through its paces.
Yeah.
And when can we expect to see these things popping up everywhere?
Well, the goal is to have it commercially available by the end of 2025.
Sooner than I thought. So rooftops are just the beginning then.
Yeah.
Where else could you see these things being used?
Oh, the possibilities are endless. I mean, think about it. You could integrate them into streetlights, bus stops, even charging stations for electric vehicles.
Wow, that's really thinking outside the box. And it would create this sort of decentralized energy grid, right?
Exactly. Power generated closer to where it's needed. That's the future.
But what about different cities?
Yeah.
I mean, every city's got its own unique wind patterns and building layouts. Would the Birmingham Blade work everywhere?
That's where the AI comes in again. You see, the same algorithms they used to design the Birmingham Blade could be used to create custom designs for any city.
So you're saying the AI could analyze a city's wind patterns and then design the perfect turbine for that specific location?
Precisely. It's like tailor-made wind power.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So the Birmingham Blade is really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to AI and urban design.
You got it. We're just scratching the surface here. AI has the potential to revolutionize the way we design and manage our cities.
This whole thing is blowing my mind. It's like we're talking about science fiction here, but it's real. It's happening now.
It is real, and it's all about biomimicry. Taking inspiration from nature and using it to solve human problems.
Yeah, like the Birmingham Blade is basically modeled after how birds fly.
Exactly. Nature has already solved so many of the problems we're facing. We just need to learn from it.
That's a great point. So if AI can help us design a wind turbine that's 7 times more efficient, what else can it do? What other urban problems could we solve with this kind of thinking?
Well, sky's the limit, really. I mean, think about things like traffic congestion, waste management, air pollution. AI could help us design smarter, more efficient solutions for all these challenges.
The AI could be like the ultimate city planner.
That's a great way to put it. AI can help us create cities that are not just efficient, but also sustainable and livable.
I mean, that's the dream, right? A future where our cities are in harmony with nature.
That's the goal. And I believe that AI can play a huge role in making that dream a reality.
It's exciting to think about all the possibilities. This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of the Birmingham Blade and the future of urban wind power.
It really has. And it shows how technology can be used to create a brighter, more sustainable future.
And it all started with a simple question. How can we generate wind power in a city?
And look where we are now.
It's amazing what human ingenuity can accomplish when we put our minds to it. Okay, so let's take a minute to recap everything we've learned about the Birmingham Blade.
Well, the main takeaway, I think, is that it's proof that we can use AI and biomimicry to tackle these real-world problems.
Yeah, it's incredible how efficient it is and how it's actually designed to work in those tricky wind conditions you get in cities.
Right, and it's so quiet, too. You wouldn't even know it was there.
Exactly. And the potential impact is huge. We're talking about lower energy, costs less reliance on fossil fuels, and a big reduction in carbon emissions.
It's a win-win all around.
It really is. So to wrap things up, I think it's safe to say that the Birmingham Blade is a total game changer when it comes to urban wind power.
I agree. It's a glimpse into the future of sustainable cities.
And it all comes back to that idea of innovation, right? Using technology to create a better world.
Absolutely. And I think the Birmingham Blade is just the beginning.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot more amazing things coming out of this fusion of AI and nature-inspired design.
Well, on that note, I have one final question for you and for our listeners.
Shoot.
Could the Birmingham Blade be a model for other cities looking to go green? And what other urban innovations might we see in the future thanks to this kind of thinking?
That's a great question and something to ponder. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what the future holds.
Some food for thought as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of the Birmingham Blade. Thanks for listening, everyone. And don't forget to subscribe to Le Podcast de Philippe on YouTube.